Welcome to Command Performance USA, with the greatest entertainers in America as requested by you, the fighting men of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. This weekly program is governed by your letters, old Jeeps, and the War Department Redundancy Department, with anything from Judy Garland to the Andrews Sisters. As this program is being performed at various bases throughout the United States, a master recording is made, which will be shipped to the Army and Air Force stations all over the world, for you men overseas, no matter how small your outfit. And speaking of small things and trivia in general, here's old General Trivia himself, your commanding officer of this command performance, your old sidekick and chief scout of the Wolf Patrol, Bob Hope.
Hey, fellas. Hey, it's great to be here. I am Bob Lasdon Park Hope, reminding all you GIs out there to always brush your teeth with Pepsodent. And you'll be proud for folks to see them. And then you'll have a Pepsodent smile at the Lasdon Park Arboretum. Well, I gotta tell you, fellas, I've been doing this show with the USO now for a couple of years, and it's become so popular with all the GIs, the Airmen, the Marines, that they have started calling me USO Bob. Except I understand the Japanese and the Germans, why they shortened that a little bit, and they just call me USOB. And I'm happy to be part of this Armed Forces radio program today because, as you know, the military is a very important part of my family. In fact, my aunt, she married a second lieutenant, and that was after the first one ran away. Okay, thank you. You can laugh at that, thanks. I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of fruit punch. And I was at this base and I went into the officers club to ask for a glass of fruit punch. So I walk up to the bartender and I say, bartender, can I get a glass of fruit punch? Bartender says, look, buddy, if you want a glass of fruit punch, you have to wait on that line over there. And I looked, but there was no punch line. I gotta tell you, I know some of you GIs that have gone to New York City. You've gone out to leave in New York City. You've probably gone to the Empire State Building. I gotta tell you, we were on the Empire State Building, went to the Empire State Building, and we had to take the elevator to the observation deck because the stairs were stuck between floors. I gotta tell ya. And by the way, I don't like stairs myself because they're always up to something. And I gotta tell ya, when I was back in Hollywood, my dear friend actress Ann Shirley, we were walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and she sees this beautiful dress in a window in a shop on Hollywood Boulevard. So we go into the shop and she asked the shopkeeper, she says, sir, can I try on that dress in the window? And the shopkeeper says, of course, but wouldn't you prefer the privacy of the dressing room? Yes, sir, I gotta tell you, the other day at the Officers Club here on the base, all of the toilets were stolen from the Officers Club. Do you believe that? Every single toilet stolen from the Officers Club. And they've been investigating for a few days now, but they still have nothing to go on. I gotta tell you, it was an honor for me to be asked to throw out the ceremonial coin toss at the Army-Navy game in Philadelphia this past November. And I'm standing in the center of the field with the Army captain and the Navy captain, and I throw the coin up in the air, catch it, slap it on the back of my wrist. Navy captain yells, heads! And the Army captain says, latrines! Yes, there's a theme here. That's right. So what people don't know is people know that I got my start on the vaudeville stage in New York City, but they don't know that before that, I actually worked in a circus. Yes, I got my real start in a circus because my father, he was a clown. And he wanted me to follow in his footsteps, but they were really big shoes to fill. And I gotta tell you, he told me if you ever get into a fight with a gang of clowns in a dark alley, go for the juggler. Thank you. Well, I gotta tell you, a long time ago, back in the Pilgrim days on Plymouth Plantation in Massachusetts, when men would go into the woods and they'd curse and beat the ground with sticks and with clubs and curse, they called that witchcraft. Today, they call that golf. Gotta tell you, we've done a lot of shows for the armed services all over the world, and the GIs, airmen, they're very, very appreciative of the shows that we do. We were in the China-Burma India Theater. The GIs there gave me this beautiful teakwood head for my club. And then we did a couple of shows for the Marines on Iwo Jima, and they gave me this beautiful snakeskin handle wrap for my club. And then we came back to the States, and we did a couple of shows for Congress. Now, you all know Congress, right? Well, they gave me the shaft. Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the stage right now the lovely and talented Dawn O'Day. And Dawn has been starring with me in my most recent motion picture from Hollywood. We're calling that one The Road to Lasdon Park. Look for it at a theater near you. And Dawn hails from the East Coast, from New York City, and it was her first time in Hollywood. So tell me, Dawn, what did you think of the town?
Well, I was looking forward to meeting a really big star.
A really big star? Well, you're lucky you ran into me.
Why? Do you know any? Could you introduce me to someone like Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, any of those greats?
Oh, Bing Crosby, there we go. Well, let me tell you something, Dawn. I made a lot of motion pictures with Bing Crosby, and what would those pictures all be without me?
Academy Award winning.
Oh, Academy Award winning. Well, let me tell you something, Dawn. The Academy of Arts and Sciences has just asked me to be the MC at this year's Academy Award ceremony at Grauman's Chinese Theater. So what do you think about that? Something might be in the works.
I hear at your house they just call that night Passover. You know, because you're passed over for all of the Academy Awards.
Well, the way that I see it, Dawn, is it seems to me that they only give Academy Awards to, like, overwrought dramatic pictures, or massive, expansive westerns, or perhaps musical epics, while I, on the other hand, do comedies.
Is that what you call it? Your jokes, Bob, they're something. Do you write your own material?
Do you like them?
No.
Then Bing Crosby writes my jokes.
Well, if that's the case, then I got a little joke for you. Maybe if you like it,
maybe I could
work
use
into
it.
your next routine here.
Go ahead. Let me hear.
What is the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
The difference between a hippo and a zippo. Why, I don't know, Dawn. What is the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
Well, a hippo is very, very heavy. A zippo, on the other hand, just a little lighter.
Just a little lighter. And everybody under 40 didn't get that joke, but that's okay. I'm going to write that one down, use it in my next show. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you didn't hear this, I'm sure you didn't want to hear this beautiful young voice here banter back and forth with the old Bobster. I bet you want to hear this beautiful young lady sing. So how about we turn the stage right on over to the lovely and talented Dawn O'Day. Give her a big hand.
Thank you. All right, we're just going to cue up the live band here. Hello, railroad. Is this the railroad? I want a one-way ticket down to Tennessee, leaving immediately. Chattanooga, here I come. Pardon me, boys. Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Right on track 29. Boy, you can give me a shine. I can afford to board the Chattanooga choo-choo. I've got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blow when 8 to the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far. Shovel all the coal in, gotta keep it rolling. Woo woo, Chattanooga, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party at the station in satin and lace. I used to call Funny Face. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo? choo-choo me home. Hey there, boys, yes, 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 I'm going back to Tennessee. Hey there, boys, yes, 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 I want a one-way ticket on the Chattanooga choo-choo train. Pardon me, boys, woo-woo is at the Chattanooga choo-choo-choo-choo. Right on track 29, baby, oh yeah, boy, you can give me a shine. Oh, give me a really good shine. There's gonna be a certain party at the station, all dressed up in satin and lace. I used to call Funny Face, and she's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? Thank you. Bit of a slower song next. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds sitting in the sycamore tree dream a little dream of me. Say nighty-night and kiss me. Just hold me close and tell me you've missed me. When I'm alone and blue as can be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. hot out here. So this next song actually topped the charts 3 times in the same year, 1945. 3 different versions, one with Ella Fitzgerald and the Ink Spots, another with Harry James and Kitty Callan, and a third by Duke Ellington's band. So in 1 year, this one song kept topping the charts, so just tells you how good it is.
For moonlit skies, I never wink back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now when you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark that's a 4-alarm fire now. I never made love by lantern shine, I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Oh, I'm beginning to see the light.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can do that.
There were 3 little sisters, 3 little sisters, and each one was only in her teens. One loved a soldier, one loved a sailor, and one loved a lad from the Marines. Now those 3 little sisters, they were the fairest from Iceland to the Philippines. So said the soldier, so said the sailor, and so said the lad from the Marines. And when the boys marched away, the girls said they'd be true until the boys came back someday. Now those 3 little sisters, 3 little sisters, stay home and read their magazines. You can tell it to the soldier, tell it to the sailor, and tell it to the Marine. Three little sisters, 3 little sisters, each one was only in her teens. One loved a soldier, one loved a sailor boy, one loved a lad from the Marines. Now those 3 little sisters, they were the fairest of all, from Iceland right to the Philippines. So said the soldier, so said the sailor boy, so said the lad from the Marines. And when the boys marched away, the girls said they'd be true until the boys marched back someday. Now those 3 little sisters, those 3 little sisters, stay home, home, and read their magazines. You can tell it to the soldier, tell it to the sailor, oh, and tell it to the Marines.
Thank you.
Sometime I'll be with you to change your name to mine. One day in May I'll come and What a wonderful wedding there will be. What a wonderful day for you and me. Church bells will chime. You will be mine in apple blossom time. I'll be with you in apple blossom time. Then I'll be with you to change your name to mine. One day, maybe in May, I'll come and say to you, dear, happy the bride that the sun shines on today. Then what a wonderful wedding there will be one day in May. What a very, very wonderful day for you and me, dear. Church bells will chime. You will be mine in apple blossom time.
Thank you, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Dawn O'Day. Give her a great big hand. Fantastic. So, Dawn.
Line, that's what happens. I have a line. I can't read the script. You know, Bob, it's really great what you're doing for all of these GIs out here, you know, bringing them a little taste of home as you kind of tour the world and visit all of our fighting men out there overseas. But I read that you came into a bit of trouble last time you were landing for a show in the Pacific Theater. Is that correct?
Well, yes, we were landing for a show in this little atoll in the Pacific, and our aircraft was suddenly attacked by numerous Japanese fighters. Numerous Japanese fighters. But don't ask me to tell you exactly how many, because it's hard to count when you're hiding under the seat. Well, I got to tell you, though, the commanding officer there was a really swell guy, really swell commanding officer. Why? He had a chicken standing by just in case I needed blood. Yes, that's right.
But I read you were shot 5 times in the tabloids.
Absolutely not true. They came nowhere near my tabloids, I assure you.
Well, we talk a lot about our radio show, but you know, Axis Sally's been broadcasting from Tokyo, and I think she's taken a particular liking to you.
Oh, well, she has?
Yeah, she put a price on your head and Bing Crosby's to any Japanese or Axis fighter pilot that shoots you down.
Oh my goodness, a price on my head and Bing Crosby's head? Well, how much money did they put on Bing's head?
In American dollars, just about $10,000.
$10,000? Wow, I can imagine what they put on my head.
37 cents.
37 cents?
Yep, just enough to cover postage and handling.
Oh my lord, I seem to get no respect these days, even from Tokyo Rose. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about we turn the microphone over one more time for a couple more songs, and we'll be back again, but a couple more songs from the lovely and talented Dawn O'Day. Give a big round of applause.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so we've been very lucky today. We've got wonderful weather, lots of blue skies. There's your hint for the next song. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing their song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never
going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies, blue skies, blue skies, nothing but blue skies from now on. Bluebirds, they're singing their song, and all of these bluebirds have got me singing along. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Thank you. When the lights go on again all over the world, and the ships will sail again all over the world, and rain or snow is all that may fall from the skies above. A kiss won't mean goodbye, but hello to love. When the lights go on again all over the world, and the boys are home again all over the world, then we'll have time for things like wedding rings, and free hearts will sing. When the lights go on again all over the world. Thank you. So, of course, the music of this time wasn't just meant to be listened to. A lot of it was meant to be danced to. So if any of you people or couples are brave enough to break in this dance floor here, feel free. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Yes, heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. And I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Come dance with me, I want my heart about you, that charm about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together swinging cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Come dance with me, I want my arms about you, that charm about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Out together dancing cheek to cheek. Out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Thank you.
Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you I was lonesome. Then you came inside, dear, my heart grew light, and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. So I've racked my brain, hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By me, Mr. Shane, please let me explain. By me, Mr. Shane means you're grand. By me, Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say bello, bello, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by me, Mr. Shane, so kiss me and say you understand. By me, Mr. Shane, you've heard it all before, but let me try to explain. By me, Mr. Shane means that you're grand. By me, Mr. Shane means such an old refrain, and yet I should explain. It means I am begging for your hand. I could say bello, bello, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. Reading, 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 reading. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and fabulous Dawn O'Day. And I got to tell you, Dawn, I'm so happy that you sang that last song. Because as you know, I'm a frequent regular at the Brown Derby Club in Hollywood. And my favorite bartender, Mr. Shane, works at the Brown Derby. And every time I walk in, I say those words. My beer, Mr. Shane.
Close enough.
Close enough. Thank you very much. Well, you know, I gotta tell you, Dawn, when I was backstage there, I got this telegram from a good friend of mine in Hollywood. And there's so many GIs out in the field watching us here. Maybe one of them might be able to help my friend out. So it reads, please help. Stop. I bought an 8-week-old female German Shepherd that we named Sherry as a surprise from my wife. Stop. But it turns out my wife is allergic to dogs, so now we are looking to find her a new home. Stop. She's 39 years old, a beautiful, caring woman who is a great cook, keeps a good house, and also knows how to drive. Stop. Oh, stop, 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 stop. Well, I tell you what, there, have some bad news. You know, on the way over here, I lost my St. Anthony's medal.
Yeah, only the Italians.
See, I gotta tell
only
you.
the Italians will get that one.
Only Italians and the Catholics, yes, I think so. A couple of more stories. We have time for a couple more stories before you sing your final set. So I was talking to the GIs out in the field. They're always great fellas, and this one GI told me that he had fallen in for inspection one afternoon. And the sergeant came up to him, looked his uniform up and down real closely, and he pointed to his collar and he said, "Private, your uniform is frayed." And the private said, "Begging your pardon, sir, but this uniform ain't frayed of nothing." Thank you. You're hired, sir. A couple of brothers from Tennessee, right after Pearl Harbor, walked down to the recruitment office in Memphis and they wanted to join the Air Force. So the first brother goes to the officer and says, "Sir, I'd like to join the Air Force." Recruitment officer says, "Well, that's really swell. What can you do for us in the Air Force?" First brother says, "Why, I'm a pilot." Officer says, "Fantastic. Fill out this application, step to the right, and come back to me with that application completed." So the second brother goes up and he says, "Sir, I want to join the Air Force." Officer says, "Well, what can you do to help us in the Air Force?" Second brother says, "Why, I'm a wood chopper." Officer says, "A wood chopper? We have no need for wood choppers in the Air Force. You might want to try the infantry, just 3 doors down the hall." But the second brother says, "But sir, you took my brother." Officer says, "Of course we took your brother. He's a pilot." And the second brother says, "With all due respect, sir, I have to chop it before he can pilot." I gotta tell you, thank you. Well, there's this paratrooper on his first jumps out of the airplane, and his chute doesn't deploy. And he's falling towards the earth at like 350 miles an hour. As he was trained to do, he pulls his reserve chute. The reserve chute doesn't deploy either. And he keeps on heading towards the ground. He's about 1.5 miles or so from hitting the ground, and all of a sudden another GI comes up from the ground in the opposite direction, and they pass each other. Paratrooper on his way down, this other GI on his way up. So the paratrooper says, "Say, buddy, do you know anything about parachutes?" And the other GI says, "No. Do you know anything about disarming bombs?" Oh, thank you. I think you have time for one more. I have time for one more before we go to a couple of more songs. I've got some other really bad jokes here too, by the way, but there were these guys, all the GIs told me they don't think much of the officers. They don't think the officers are very smart. So apparently they told me the story. There were these 3 officers out on maneuvers, and they came across a set of tracks. And the first officer says, "Those are deer tracks." Second officer says, No, those are elk tracks." Third officer says, "Absolutely not. I know definitely for sure that those are moose tracks." And apparently, they were still arguing when they were hit by the train. I know, I paid all these good people out in the front here. Yeah, we stacked the audience with grown men, I guess. Anyway, so one more, just for fun. So this old World War I vet goes into the Veterans Administration because he's running out of money, has no more money at the end of every month. So he goes to the VA officer, and the officer says, well, I'm looking at your records here. We seem to be giving you plenty of money. How could you possibly be running out of money? And the World War I veteran says, well, sir, I spend some of my money on fast horses, old scotch, and young women. And the rest of it, I wasted. Thank you very much. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, you've been a wonderful audience. I think I'm going to turn the mic over again, one more time, the stage, to the lovely and talented Dawn O'Day. Give her a big hand.
So this next song is very popular with the Flyboys over in England, and so I'm dedicating it to all of the airmen in the 8th Air Force and all of our Royal Air Force buddies over there too. You know who you are. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after tomorrow, when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. Thank you. Let's take a boat to Bermuda. Let's take a plane to St. Paul. Let's take a kayak to Quincy or Nyack. Let's get away from it all. Let's take a trip in a trailer. No need to come back at all. Let's take a powder to Boston for chowder. Let's get away from it all. We'll travel around from town to town. We'll visit every state, and I'll repeat I love you sweet in all the 48. Let's go again to Niagara, and this time look at the falls. Let's leave our hut, dear, get out of our rut, dear. Let's get away from it all. Let's travel south of the border. I'll get a real Spanish shawl. Or let's go to Reno and play us some Keno. Let's get away from it all. They say there's no place quite like home, a charming thought and pure. But until the world we roam, how can we be sure?
again to Niagara, and this time we'll peek at the falls. Let's leave our hut, dear, get out of our rut, dear. Let's get away from it all.
Thank you. Time for one more song, I think.
We meet and the angels sing. The angels sing the sweetest song I ever heard. We speak and the angels sing. Or am I breathing music into every word? Suddenly, the setting is strange. I can see water and moonlight beaming, silver waves that break on some undiscovered shore. And suddenly, I see it all change. Long winter nights with the candles gleaming. Through it all, your face that I adore. You smile and the angels sing, although it's just a gentle murmur at the start. We kiss and the angels sing and leave their music ringing in my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a big round of applause for the talented and lovely Dawn O'Day. Give her a hand. You've been a wonderful audience, fantastic audience. We want to thank you all for the memories. Thank you for the memories. Thanks for the memories. My name is Paul Martin. I've been performing as Bob Hope. This is my lovely and talented daughter, Alyssa Martin, performing for you this afternoon as Dawn O'Day. And I gotta tell you, she gets her voice and her looks from my wife. Guaranteed. So we've had a really great day here today at the Lasdon Park Museum and Arboretum. Just